Okay, so we're going to do an overview of the other types of tag that you'll find in Saaset. So I've loaded up my tag type demo project, which doesn't really do anything. And I'm going to manually add some extra tags in here just so I can demonstrate a few things. And this is a good point at which to discuss the tag editor, which is the part which lets you add tags, remove tags, and resequence them. This is particularly useful because when we get on to looking at conditional tags and things like that, you will be wanting to put tags in that don't actually appear inside your template file, but that are needed to help calculate something leading up to something that is in the template file. So when you want to manually add a tag from in here, you quite simply pop the name of the tag you want to make in here. So we'll just call this one test1, and you click the update button and it will pop it in for you. If you need to move it, which you normally will, you can move it. This will move it up one at a time, down one at a time, and this jumps 10 spaces at a time. So in this case it's just getting it to the top and bottom. I'm going to just pop it in here. I'm going to pop a few test ones in here for a moment. And just remember, if you move any around, you must click the update button, but it will tell you if you have unsaved changes. For example, if I move this one up, it will say you have unsaved changes, and that doesn't save until I hit the update button. Okay, if I'll put 4 in for now, that will do. Let's jump to the next page, and now let's go down and let's just jump through some tags here. That's the color picker, list of answers, and then we're going to think into the test ones now. Okay. So the first system generated thing, and if you've watched the demonstration of making the certificate maker, you will have seen us use this to get the date. This will pull information that the computer or the software already knows into your product, useful for things like getting the date. There's no point in, if you want to put the date on a document, there's no need to ask them what is today's date, because the computer knows, and this is how you would pull the information in. And we can pull that in using different formats. So we've got short and long form. And if neither of those suit you and you wanted the date in a particular format, then what we could do is we could assemble the parts that we wanted. So say we wanted to get the month number. We'll put that in test 1. And then in test 2, we'll put the day number. And then in test 3, we'll put the year. That's that one there. And then in test 4, what we could do is we could use formatting, and formatting just assembles things for you. It doesn't carry out any calculation, but we could then put in, say we wanted the year first, which was stored in test 3, then we wanted a hyphen, then we wanted the month, so it's sort of kind of doing the year backwards, that was stored in test 2. And then we wanted the day value. Then we could do something like that. And what will happen is that test 4 will end up, and if in actual fact we can demonstrate this, what we'll do is, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll go back from here, we'll go back to the tags, and we will change this optional text that we're not using here. Let's go down, let's put that to the bottom, and let's go here next. Sorry, my mistake. 10 then go to. And what we'll do, instead of putting this out into test 4 at the end here, we'll set test 4 to something else for now. It doesn't really matter what. Let's set it to the day as a word, which we're not really going to use. And now let's go in here. And I've done a classic mistake here. Just what I was telling you not to do a moment ago. I moved this down and didn't save it. Must click update. Okay. Now let's jump to number 11. And in here what we will do is we will make this a formatting option, and we will paste that in there. So now we can actually test this because our text file at the end generates that. So now if we go and run this, just going to put anything in these boxes because they've got to be filled in. That one's already filled in. Image. And then what we'll do when we get now to the one that's going to do the date, this comes up after this. I picked a big image, so it's uploading it. It shows me down here that it's waiting because it's uploading that. This is the background thing, so it's the next questions, and this is going to jump now. You'll see it's only saying 5 of 6, not 5 of 11, which is what we've actually got because we've got those system values. Oh, I forgot we got that one as well. Now if I download this and open it up, remember I made it so that the second value in here that's the old one. Here it is. Sorry, this one here. If we go in here, we will find that we have got the date in the format that I put it in, which was the year, the month, and so that has done what I expected it to do. So that gives you an idea of what you can do with system values, and we've just used the formatting type in there at the same time. So let's just jump back in. We'll jump down to number 7. And we'll just quickly look at the other values that are there available to us in system value. It's things like day of the week, date, and any of these you're not sure of what they do. If you click on them, it will give you an example down here. So if you're ever unsure what the time format, for example, includes, it's hours, minutes and seconds. If you only wanted hours and minutes, you would have to create 2 system values, one with hour, one with minutes, and then you would have to put them together with a colon between them using formatting, pretty much like we did here. Formatting literally just replaces these tags with the values they have in them, and that's it. So it will use these as text. If I had put equation, that would have been very different. That would have taken the value in test 3, the value in and subtracted the value in test 2 from it, and then subtracted the value in test 1 from it and output the answer. So it would have output a single digit value as the answer. So that's the difference. Equation carries out mathematical things and would treat these as minus symbols, whereas formatting just takes them as at face value, just as characters. We've also got in here a few others. Now this is going just off the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to try and move this up a little bit for you so you can see what's going on here. Okay, so we've got hour, minute, second. The ones that are off the screen, software title, and that will be whatever the title was that you put in back here. If I go, back to this page here, whatever I put in there. So if you wanted to output the name of your product in the software, you could use that rather than hard coding it in, so that any reference to it would automatically update if you changed the name of your product. So we got software names in there. Let's see what else we've got. Random numbers. This will return a 0 or a 1. You can return a number between 0 and 10 inclusive. You can return a number between 1 and 10 inclusive, and you can do a number from 1 to 100. This means that you can do things where the software will output different results based on random things, because you can check these on what we call conditionals, which we'll be looking at in another video. A conditional is purely something where you say, if this tag has this value in it, then do this. And if it has a different value in it, do something else. So that's really the system values, and we've touched on formatting there as well. And then we're going to get into conditionals and equations and things in future videos. So I hope that's given you a bit of an overview of what those things do. The only other, all of these, what I would say is all of these are documented in the user manual. And as much as I could sit here giving you demonstrations of these, it's really only important for me to get across the usage of them, and then you can look them up in the manual. And if you're in any doubt, make a test file with a tag in it, set a value and output it, and run the product and see what it ends up as, and you'll get a really good idea that way.